Hi, my name is Christy Jones, and in this first video blog, we'll talk about professional skills. The four that we learned about were listening skills, invitational skills, reflecting feelings, and reflecting meaning. Something that I noticed in particular, especially in the very first video, was the listening skills. The counselor had excellent listening skills. He was leaning in, his hands were crossed, he wasn't fidgeting or moving around, he wasn't looking at a clock or his watch, he didn't have his phone. You could tell he was engaged with his client. He was nodding his head, and even at one point that I found significant was that he paused and kind of paraphrased and talked about what they had already been talking about to make sure that he was on the right path. And following what she was trying to convey to him. So I found that to be very interesting. In the second video, it was a gentleman that had been in a car accident, and the counselor was using invitational skills. So you could tell at points he was very nervous and wanting to maybe shut down, but she kept trying to engage him and invite him into the conversation and making sure he was present and able to do that. And at one point you could tell, like, physically he was very nervous about the whole conversation, and she kind of reached out and touched his arm and kind of calmed it and smoothed it, and then they continued with their conversation. The third video was reflecting feelings. The lady, she gets very nervous and anxious about other people, and so they were discussing that and validating her feelings and letting her know that it's okay to feel a certain way, and stuff. She was frustrated that she felt certain ways, so they definitely talked about feelings. Oh goodness. And to help them, the counselor really kind of helped her be more aware of what she was feeling. In the last video, I found it pretty significant in the fact that reflecting meaning goes deeper and you kind of use all these skills. And I found it interesting that they kind of had to work around everything to kind of get back to what the real meaning was behind why the client was seeing the counselor, which in this case, he was upset that his father was not happy. But they had to kind of go around every bit of feelings and listening and to kind of just get out what exactly was wrong. And so as far as like this being like what real counseling is like, I guess you would hope it would be that people would be very engaged and like able to communicate. I know that that's not going to be every case. There's going to be a lot of times where people just sit there in silence, and it's a good thing to practice silence. But overall, it was really interesting and definitely what I kind of hope for as a counselor. So thank you for your time.